This is gonna blow your mind. Supreme Court Showdown, Trump's tariffs in turmoil. Welcome back to Universal Insight. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for updates. September 9th, 2025. In the marble halls of the Supreme Court, a decision looms that could shake the American economy. Washington, D.C. is tense. Lawyers scramble, business owners hold their breath. The Trump administration braces for a fight, not just over taxes but over presidential power and the Constitution. Did President Trump go too far? Months ago, Trump imposed sweeping tariffs claiming to protect American jobs. Critics called them illegal, arguing only Congress can levy such taxes. The legal battle escalated, and now it's at the nation's highest court. The world is watching. The Supreme Court hasn't ruled yet. The tariffs remain, but time is running out. Lower courts have already declared the tariffs illegal. The administration is appealing, hoping the Supreme Court will save their policy. Billions, maybe $1 trillion are at stake. Businesses could get massive refunds if the tariffs fall. For the government, it's about defending a core economic policy. For Americans, it's about prices on everyday goods and the balance of power in government. Who decides on these huge financial moves, the president or Congress? The Supreme Court is about to answer. The stakes couldn't be higher. The next decision will ripple through every corner of the country. The countdown has begun. All eyes are on the court. This legal war didn't start overnight. In spring 2025, President Trump announced sweeping Liberation Day and reciprocal tariffs. He invoked the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEPA, claiming a trade emergency. The administration argued these tariffs would force fairer trade. Importers saw them as illegal taxes hurting business, so they sued, taking the fight to the U.S. Court of International Trade. In May, the court ruled against Trump, saying he overstepped his authority. The judge declared only Congress can impose such broad, lasting tariffs. The ruling shocked the White House and blocked the new tariffs. But not all Trump tariffs were affected. Steel and aluminum tariffs, under a different law, remained. The administration immediately appealed, insisting the president needs strong tools to counter economic threats. The legal battle moved to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit. The stakes grew. Was the president's use of IEPA legal or a constitutional overreach? The case was now one step closer to the Supreme Court. The business community and government both dug in for a long fight. Billions hung in the balance. The legal journey was far from over. Each court loss raised the pressure. The next round would be even bigger. The showdown was set. The fight reached the U.S. Court of Appeals. Government lawyers argued the president needed flexibility to protect the economy. Business lawyers countered, the Constitution must be respected. Taxes are Congress's job. On August 29, 2025, the appeals court delivered another blow to Trump. In a 7-4 decision, judges ruled the president exceeded his authority. IEPA, they said, isn't a blank check for sweeping, indefinite tariffs. The power to tax belongs to Congress. The White House faced a serious setback. Multiple courts now agreed the tariffs were illegal. But the administration wasn't done. They requested a stay, a pause on the ruling, to keep the tariffs in place while appealing to the Supreme Court. The court granted the stay, giving the administration until October 14th to make its case. Without the stay, the tariffs would have ended immediately. Billions in tariff revenue continued to flow to the Treasury, for now. The legal clock was ticking. The next move, a last-ditch appeal to the Supreme Court. The administration's economic agenda hung by a thread. The stakes had never been higher. The nation waited for the final round. The legal drama was far from over. All eyes on the Supreme Court, the final frontier. The Trump administration has filed its appeal, asking for an expedited review. They argue the case is too important to wait. Uncertainty is hurting the economy and foreign policy. The fate of the tariffs now rests with 9 justices. By tomorrow, September 10th, we'll know if the court will hear the case. If the court declines, the appeals court ruling stands, the tariffs fall, and refunds begin. If the court agrees, the legal fight continues, and the tariffs likely stay in place. Oral arguments could happen as soon as November. The administration wants a fast decision. A final Supreme Court ruling could come by summer 2026, or sooner. The outcome will set a precedent for presidential power and economic policy. The world is watching for the answer. Can the president impose sweeping tariffs under IEPA? The next 24 hours will decide if this drama reaches its final act. The stakes are historic. The nation holds its breath. The trillion-dollar question: refunds and economic fallout. This isn't just legal theory, it's about real money. If the Supreme Court rejects the tariffs, the government faces massive refunds. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent warns over $72 billion already collected could be returned. The total refund bill could reach $750 billion to $1 trillion, including future collections. Losing would blow a hole in the federal budget. For businesses, a ruling against the tariffs means survival. Billions back to invest, higher or lower prices. For the government, it's a financial nightmare. The uncertainty alone is damaging. Businesses can't plan when costs are unknown. A final decision, win or lose, would bring clarity. If tariffs fall, prices on imports could drop. If upheld, businesses must adapt to higher costs. The economic stakes are enormous. The outcome will reshape budgets, businesses, and consumer prices. The nation waits for answers. The impact will be felt everywhere. What comes next? The high-stakes waiting game. Today is September 9th, 2025. The nation waits for the Supreme Court's move. If the justices decline, the tariffs end, refunds begin, and the president faces defeat. If they accept, the legal fight continues, and uncertainty drags on. The administration hints at backup plans. Other laws could be used to impose tariffs. This case is bigger than one president or policy. It's about the balance of power. Who controls the purse? Congress or the president? The Supreme Court's answer will echo for generations. The consequences will touch every American. The showdown is here. The tension is real. The outcome is unknown. The wait is almost over.